Hello, hi guys, this is Shekar and now I am going to explaining the aggregate functions in SQL language in Oracle database. So for that, just see the aggregate functions. What is meant by aggregate function? The aggregate functions are also called as group functions. It is of six types. One is max function, min function, sum function, average function, count of star, and count of column. I will going to explain these six types of aggregate functions in Oracle database. For that, I am using SQL tool to connect to the database, Oracle database. Here there is a task bar now. Here SQL plus tool is there. I am going to connect to that database. So I am connecting with my credentials. Yeah, I got connected to the Oracle database through the SQL plus. So for this aggregate functions, I have just created a table of employee. I'm going to fetch that records in the template table. For that, I'm using the query like select star from table name is employee. Yeah, this is the table I have created. So here first one is max function now. Max function. So how we are going to use this max function is, the max function is generally used to fetch the maximum value of a particular column. For example, if you see the database, the query is like that. The question is, if the question is like write a query to get maximum salary. If the query is like that, then we can use the query like select max of salary from employee table. Yeah, 4,000 is the maximum salary. So it is now it is understanding now. So 4,000 is the maximum salary. The max function is used for to fetch a maximum value of a particular column. Here I mentioned the column name is salary. Max of salary from employee is the 4,000. Then we need to know about the min function. Second one is min function. So it is also similar to the max function, but quite opposite to the basic phenomenon of a max function. Just see for the min function, select min of salary from employee table. Yeah, 1,000 is the minimum salary of all total salaries of employees. So here it is understood that the min function is used for to fetch the record, to fetch the minimum value of a particular column. Here I mentioned the particular column means salary. I mentioned in between the min function. So it fetched the minimum salary of a salary column. So here the 1,000 is the minimum salary out of all these salaries. So next we are going to see the not only for only salary column, we can apply this min max function to the other columns also. For example, if you want to see who is the latest joined employee, so for that only we can use max and min functions. Select max of join date, select max of join date from employee table. Sorry, mistake, the spelling is mistake. Select max of join date from employee table. Yeah. 12th January 2020, 12th January 2021. It is the latest join date, that is the maximum date actually. So max function is also used for to fetch the maximum date of the particular employee. So as like we see the minimum function also for the date of join. Select min of join date from employee table. So 10th February 1981 is the minimum date for the joining of a particular employee out of that employee table. So this is the minimum and maximum functions. I want to clear the screen. Again, I want to see my table. Employee. Yeah. So we have discussed about min and maximum or completed right now. So now we are going to see the sum of aggregate function. The third one is sum of aggregate function. So this is used to calculate the total sum of a particular column. Generally, a sum is used to calculate the numerical values. No, that's why we are going to apply this sum function on salary column. So let us see the sum function. Select sum of salary from employee table. Yeah, 11,200 the total salary of this much of salaries. Total sum of these 5 employees salary is 11,200. The sum function is used to calculate the sum of the salaries. So as like we have the another aggregate function is average function. So average function is used to calculate the average of total values in a particular column. Generally, average has to be calculated for only numerical values. Now, now this for this function also we are going to apply this average function on salary column only. Let us see the query. Select average of salary from employee. Yeah, 2,240 is the average of these 5 members of salaries average. So we have completed max, min, sum and average. Then we have to see the count of star. Here we have our table. I want to fetch my table. Yeah, count of star. Generally, count of star. Fifth one is count of star. Count of star function is used to fetch the total number of rows in all the columns. Columns including null values. Let us see the query for count of star. Count of star from employee table. Yeah, total number of rows in every column is 5. In employee table, we fetched using count of star function. The result is 5. The total number of rows in every column. In AMP ID column there are 5 rows. In ename column there are 5 rows. Salary column there are 5 rows. Join date column there are 5 rows. Department number column there are 5 rows. The fifth value of the department number is null. The count of star is also fetches this null value also. So including this null value, our count of star is getting the result of 5. So it is not going to be ignore this, the count of star is not going to be ignore this null value, so that we get the result of 5. So count of star giving the reply, giving the result as 5. 5 of all columns, number of rows. So then we have to see the next name, the next function, the count of particular column name. Count of particular column name means, for example, if you see the query is like that, select count of department number column, from employee table. Yeah, here you can find the difference between the count of star and the count of column name. Means count of star fetches the number of rows in all the columns, but here count of column fetches the number of rows excluding of a null value. It ignores the null value. Here there is the values of department number is 10, 20, 20, 30, and fifth row of department number column is null. So it ignored that null value. So this is the difference between count of star and the count of column name. Yeah, this is the aggregate functions. Generally we are used like this in Oracle database. So here we need to remind one thing. So when you are going to the interviews, the interviewer may ask like this: can we use this aggregate functions in where class conditions? Like that, he asked like that. In such a situations, we can give the answer like we can't use these aggregate functions in where class conditions. So that I can written one note here, the 3 points here. Yeah, these are the important points regarding these aggregate functions. Just see this first point: aggregate functions are not allowed in where clause condition, and all aggregate functions operates on number of values in a particular column and returns a single value, and all aggregate functions ignores null values except the count of star, which we have just seen that result, no? Count of star not ignores this null value. It gives the result of 5 rows. That means generally the count of star is not ignores the null values. Then third point, all aggregate functions, this is the third point, all aggregate functions ignores null values except count of star. This is the aggregate functions actually. So for example, if the query is like if you want to see unique values in a column, particular column. Unique values means not duplicate values. If the column is having duplicate values, we want to fetch the unique values out of the duplicate values. We need to use the query is like select distinct. This is the keyword for unique values. Select distinct. Select distinct of DEPT. Why I am taking DEPT number column means it is having duplicate values, not 10, 20, 20. 20 is repeated 2 times here, no? So it is having duplicate values of 20, 20. So that's why I am going to fetch only unique values from DEPT column from the employee table. Yeah, 10, 20, 30, 30, 20, 10. These are the unique values in DEPT column in the employee table. So we have another query. The query is like, if you want to see the number of how many number of unique values in a department number, then we use the query is like select count of distinct of DEPT from employee table. Yeah, total number of unique values are 3. Here DEPT under DEPT column 10, 20, 30, these 3 are the unique values. The total number of unique values, this query is fetched now. This query is fetched now. Yeah, these are the aggregate functions in Oracle database using SQL language. These are most useful functions. So we see for the small table, if you have the bulk number, if you have a large table, means having bulk number of rows, it is having bulk number of rows. In that cases, aggregate functions are going to be play a vital role in Oracle database. That's why we often use this aggregate functions in Oracle database. Thank you guys. Thank you very much.